It is the Riot. Have you guys seen Nikki's keys?
I cannot for the life of me find my keys. I looked in the break room to make
Did you look
sure
in the bathroom?
I did, and I didn't go in there until after. But this is my second time back in there to look for these keys. I looked in my lunch bag. I looked in everywhere, but I can't find them.
It really is weird because we had to go move our cars.
So I brought my key back in because I opened the door.
Nikki unlocked the doors because she was in front of me.
So they're not in my car still. Did someone else pick them up from the break room?
Well, no one else has been in this room, but you've got Courtney and Michael and Chris have all been here.
They have to be somewhere out there. So I don't think they're...
I would call upstairs and see if somebody grabbed your keys by mistake.
I just want my keys. Just give me them back, please. Where did they go? But I'll keep looking. So it's not your guys' fault, though.
It's not.
Let's not affect the podcast.
Well, but thanks for suffering through it with us,
And then, feel free to wait for tomorrow. We'll find the answer in our next edition of the Riot podcast.
Also want to say hi and happy birthday to Nate.
Hey, Nate.
Nate, your wife, Tiffany, said that your birthday was actually yesterday.
Aw, happy birthday.
But that he listens to the podcast while he runs. And she wanted us to say happy birthday to him. So happy birthday, Nate. Thanks for listening to us. I'm sorry you're a fan, that your standards are so low.
That's all right. Enjoy the run, though.
We're glad that there are a lot of people that have low standards and keep the Riot on the air.
That's really
thanks, guys.
It's what helps us stay afloat. We truly appreciate it.
But happy birthday to you, and good job on running. Today in the podcast, we talk... when are we going back to Golden Corral?
That's a good question.
We talk about why I stink and so does Nikki's breakfast. Nintendo and Microsoft, Taco Bell. Probably my favorite thing. Oh, I got this wrong. I wrote down woman pees on the floor of the Microsoft store.
Nope, it's the Verizon store.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened at the Microsoft store, but that's not what this day's about.
They don't even have those anymore.
Oh, they don't?
Oh, you didn't know that?
They closed all the Microsoft stores?
There are like 2 remaining Microsoft stores. They closed the rest of them.
Is that the one where you went in, the guy was like, hey, what can I get you to drink?
Yeah.
That was the place?
I asked him for something that he didn't have, and he went and got it.
Huh. Do they have the one still here? Oh.
I mean,
he's shaking his head no, you guys can't.
I don't think so. Okay, no, I haven't been there in a while, but I'm pretty sure it was on the list of closures. Gotcha. The Microsoft store was a great experience unless you wanted to buy something.
Well, yeah, no one wants to ever buy.
It was too expensive in there. And I mean, if I'm going to spend that money, I might as well get an Apple product.
You might as well go to the Apple store.
Otherwise, I'm just going to Micro Center. Come on. Okay, we got a food fight in here. That's an important thing.
We're trying the new Pringles, the limited edition Baconator ones with Wendy's, and the sweet corn ones.
Losing weight, walking at Disney, don't walk and eat. We talk about corn. We talk about KFC working with the Russians. It's actually there's
a lot of food stuff today.
There's a lot of stuff in this podcast. So I don't know if it's any good, but we seem to have fun doing it.
We give you what we give you, and that's all we can work with.
So you guys enjoy the podcast. Hope you have a great day.
Don't forget to watch our food fight, too. So when you're done with the podcast, hop over to RadioU Riot on Facebook and watch it there.
All right, bye.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
Look, let's get the honesty on the table. Let's not hide it. I didn't take a shower today.
Oh, you didn't?
No shower, no shave. I brushed my teeth.
Oh, that's good.
Put on some deodorant, and I was like, I'll get to this later.
They say you probably shouldn't shower every day, or maybe at least not wash your hair. But
I read an article this weekend that said that basically all of our modern cleaning is why we have dry skin.
Yeah, probably.
We should all just quit. We would have beautiful, luscious hair and much better skin if we would just stop with all the washing.
If you did stop, you'd have to go through 2 months of just absolutely looking terrible.
Right.
And then your body's supposed to even out.
Right. So can you endure it? And can the people you live with endure your stink?
That might actually be a better question.
So all of that being said, what did I say? What was I saying?
You didn't shower?
Yeah, right. I didn't shower. So, and I was like, you know what? This will be fine. It's just me and Nikki. Nikki and I don't work close to each other. There's distance.
We're across the desk.
So, then as I was sitting here, I moved my head slightly and I was like, oh gosh, do I stink? What is that? And I'm happy to report it's Nikki's breakfast.
It's my breakfast. Yay! Woo! It has onions in it. No,
okay, there it
has
is.
Onions. I was hoping you couldn't smell it. You know,
Oh, no,
sometimes your smell isn't the best. And
I can absolutely smell it, and I was afraid as I had turned my head just slightly that I had caught a whiff of myself.
No, and you know what? Every time I make my breakfast, I keep thinking, because I've got a real resurgence with onions with me. Like, I really like them now. And I know you hate them.
I
so
do.
Every morning it's like a toss-up of, well, should I be respectful? Will he notice? They're cooked onions at least, so they're like a sweeter smell, but I know it's still bad.
I smell your breakfast every day.
Yeah.
I intentionally don't say anything.
Well, I mean,
because it's like, well,
what
whatever.
else can we do?
But this morning, me for the slightest moment thinking that it was my BO.
There's spinach in there also. Maybe that's something.
No, I think it's just the onions.
It's just the onions.
Though
All right.
I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, like, I actually think that someone that hasn't showered in a while and they smell like onions.
It's all the same smell.
It's just a bad smell.
All right, well, I'll eat it quickly and then hopefully it'll go away.
It doesn't work that way.
It just lingers.
Oh,
it's on your clothes now. You know that? It's on you.
It's like going to the pizza buffet.
No, it can't be that bad. You guys used to come back and it was like, did you give them your clothes to put in the pizza oven? And not in a good way. It was a very weird pizza smell.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's why I'm like, oh gosh, I stink. No, it's not. It's just the food.
It's just the food. That's all it is. It's in your clothes.
You thought they were bad live? Well, just wait until you hear this. The Worst of the Riot podcast with Obadiah and Nikki.
Nikki, yesterday I found myself driving somewhere I don't normally go. Mm-hmm. Where I was going does not matter. But what I saw on the way is of prime concern to us.
What'd you see?
A Golden Corral.
The buffet? But it's not open, was it?
Open?
No.
Right on the sign. Right on the sign. You know what it said? Open for dine-in.
Okay, so you can still... Well, there must be changes to the buffet, though.
Maybe.
Is it like in LA, if you go to Las Vegas, for some of the buffets, they'll bring you the items. So you sit down, you have a certain amount of time, and then they'll just parade the items around to the tables, and then you take what you want.
They have eliminated the tiny bit of exercise you were getting in the buffet process.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you ever gone to those Brazilian steakhouses where they have the stuff on the swords and they walk it around your tables. Kind of like that, but in buffet form.
I think
we need to go. I'm not ready for that.
I think we need to go.
I haven't really even been to like a restaurant since all the quarantine thing, like inside. I don't know if my first one back in can be a buffet.
I think, well, I have. I've been back. There's a local restaurant. Yeah, it's funny. I've eaten there twice that I've been inside, like near where I live. It's not a chain or anything. So it's a mom and pop.
Sure.
So I think I'm ready, Nikki. I think I'm ready for us.
You tell me how it is then. You go scout it out.
No, I can't go alone.
You can.
Who's going to hold my hand in line?
We're not supposed to because of the quarantine.
Who's going to be there to tell me like what I can and can't get?
Well,
or to tell me when I've scooped too much.
No, they'll have judgment. Like they'll be staring at you, I'm sure. They'll tell you. There's body language.
I know, but I need your body language. I need you to judge me.
I'm trying to look online to see if anybody has any like, hey, this is how the Golden Corral or how buffets are now.
I'll just tell you, when I saw it, by the way, there were 4 cars in the parking lot.
So it says there's a new service model. It's a video, so I can't actually watch it while we're doing this, but there's a new thing that they do. They clean it all.
I want to go.
You want to go?
I haven't been to Golden Corral in forever. Where we live, it's the only buffet available.
There's also takeout, like curbside pickup, so you could do the buffet thing.
How does that work?
Well, you just tell them what you want. You know, kind of like when you go to the salad bar at the grocery store and you've taken too much, you can't afford it.
Nobody goes to Golden Corral like, it's the flavor. That's so good. I want to take it home with me. No, go to Golden Corral because you're like, I'm here to make up for in quantity what they obviously can't serve me in quality.
Well, that's true, but say that you really have a hankering for an array of
cheese?
food. No, for like an array of food.
Sure.
And so you're like, I want fried chicken and sushi and meatloaf and this and this and this and this. And so that's like a buffet thing. So then they'll go and get it for you. They'll collect it.
Bottom line, I was just like, look, I want 5 dozen rolls.
Actually, I bet some people have been doing that too.
And the equivalence, what do you call it, of honey spread.
And don't say a thing and just bring it to me at the curb.
Shh, just throw them in the back.
So, yeah, it looks like they're open, but you just kind of have to tell, like, how do you do it?
All right. Well, I think we need to go.
Well, put that on the list, maybe.
Oh, my gosh.
What? It's not a no. It's just a possibility.
The list, maybe. The list, maybe. You know what? Nikki definitely just did the if you're good.
No.
That was just call it the we'll see list.
Let me see how you do your test on Friday, and then we'll see what your grade
Put
is if we're going to go.
See list.
I didn't say return the car around at least. I just said maybe.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Boy, I heard a lot of belly aching this weekend, and they were empty bellies.
Because your favorite item's going to be gone.
Dude, Taco Bell made an announcement that rocked the community.
So basically, it seems a lot like during quarantine, McDonald's streamlined their menu. Yeah. And a lot of places realized, all right, we can go to having less options. It makes your drive-through and dining experience faster. It's less money for the restaurant if they don't branch out too much. So I think gone are the days of our places of having endless opportunities for whatever you feel like.
Right.
Those are gone.
Well, I mean, maybe just for a while, maybe they'll come back.
No, because they had a taste of the lower cost, I think, during those times. So Taco Bell has announced that they're removing and streamlining their menu as well.
So they say beginning August 13th, they're going to be streamlining. By the way, anything that had potatoes in it, gone.
It's gone. And
no potatoes.
I always called it the potaco. It's the potato taco, and it's gone.
So they say, and I'll tell you what, this is what yesterday, I especially, you know what, Rachel, if you're listening, this is for you. She was losing her mind.
Oh, because the items
because
they
it's
said.
like if you're vegetarian or vegan, you could get, or whatever, like you could get potatoes and you could get whatever. So here's what's coming off the menu. The grilled steak taco, the 7-layer burrito, nachos supreme. So that you can get the Bel Grande and you can get the nachos, but not the nachos supreme.
This one hurts hard.
The beefy Fritos burrito.
I love that thing.
Really?
I love that little thing. You can't really tell the Fritos in it, but it's good. I like it.
The spicy tostada. Mm-hmm. The triple layer nachos. Spicy potato soft taco.
That's going.
Or as Nikki calls, the potaco. Cheesy fiesta potatoes, cheesy potato loaded griller, beefy nacho loaded griller, mini skillet bowl.
Man, if you like nachos, you're out.
Oh, yeah, no, like it's potatoes.
Yes, pretty much.
So you can still get nachos, but if what you were looking at had some potato in it.
Or had a lot of stuff on it. They're streamlined. Again, now Taco Bell have they officially said anything? I don't think so. This is coming from Reddit and different employees, so it's pretty much probably going to happen. But
wait, you're telling me that this... No, there's a press release.
There is?
Yeah, no. Like Taco Bell has come out. They have confirmed.
Oh, they did. All right. When last I heard, it was mostly just coming off of, over the weekend, Reddit employees.
No, it's legit, Nikki. There is a press release from Taco Bell, or this thing I'm reading is a lie. But this says press release. That means...
That's good.
Them.
So there's also like a few items that you'll still be able to order if you order through the mobile app or the website, but not necessarily will you see it on the menu.
Okay. So like a little secret menu.
Kind of, yeah.
So all the way till August 13th, here's what you have to wonder. We're 3 weeks out from that.
Yeah.
Is this a publicity stunt?
Oh, I don't think so.
Do they come back and say, we heard your cries?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think they just didn't place the next potato order.
Well, it could be that, and this may, I don't want to offend anyone, but you know the old joke where you say, how do you know someone's a vegan or into CrossFit? Just wait 5 minutes, they'll tell
you about it.
It could be that a particular part of the audience is the loudest part of the audience, even though they are not the most fiscally available. Like they're not.
I
so
see.
like the people that want the potatoes are very loud about it, but they make up like 0.5% of sales.
Hey, I liked the Beefy Fritos burrito, and I was pretty loud about it every time I went.
Yeah, but maybe you're just part of that loud 0.5%.
I'm not
You've
enough.
been a vegan.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not enough to keep the Fritos thing around.
No, Nikki, don't say
it's
I'm not
me.
enough.
It's just everybody.
I am enough. But Taco Bell has something going on.
So again, they said that'll start on August 13th if you're a Taco Bell fan.
So, man, if you want some potatoes at Taco Bell, you're booked.
Here's the good news, though. You can have potatoes at home and anywhere else. It's not like potatoes are gone from life.
I don't think so.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So today, 10 a.m. Eastern, which is really pretty soon, Nintendo is going to be hosting its very first Nintendo Direct Mini, a partner showcase, they say. They're going to focus on titles from their own development teams and some of their publishing partners. So they say it's not going to be as big. They're not making any new announcements, but they're giving you updates on announcements that have already been made.
All right, so it's a mini one.
Yeah, so it's probably just a bunch of postponements.
Oh, don't spoil it. I want to wait until later to find out.
Let me see what they actually have to say.
Not postponements. It's just we're not ready to receive what they have to offer, so we need to wait.
It's too awesome for you to handle.
It's better for us if we get this stuff later.
Yeah. So, Nikki, that's today. And then Microsoft is having their big thing on Friday, and that big thing involves the unveiling of, well, not unveiling, but a more in-depth look at Halo Infinite, which is the new Halo that will be coming out this fall.
The Microsoft one, though, that's not a mini one. That's a...
No, I'll say this. They better have something to show.
Are you threatening them?
I am. Well, let me just tell you, as a gamer, everybody else has been pretty on the table. Like PlayStation, they have released 2 AAA blockbuster titles in the last 2 months. They have also unveiled all kinds of things for the PlayStation 5. In the meantime, Xbox is like, we got a thing. It's coming.
We promise. They're just waiting. They want everybody else to get their details out before theirs.
And so that's what I'm saying is it's time for them to really say, hey, this is real. We have toys, and here's the toys.
With games.
Yeah, so they need to show some toys.
So Nintendo Direct Mini today. And then Friday, a big Microsoft one.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll see what happens.
And when we all are locked in our houses this fall, you're like, I don't have a house. Look, domiciles, okay? The place that you pay to live, you're going to get locked in there.
Don't spoil it for everybody, okay?
What? So I'm just saying you're going to need
Quit saying that. I don't want to think about that.
Electronic entertainment devices to keep you sane. Like, I haven't left my house, but I'm exploring Tsushima.
Well, then instead of the next stimulus thing, why don't they just let you pick which console you want? And then that's it. Enjoy your next couple of months.
I'd kind of love that, actually. Just like, hey, just log into irs.gov and tell us which console you want.
I know, and then it comes, you can get a Switch, you can get the new PlayStation or the new Xbox, which one you want, or you can get a gaming PC. That's it.
Well, I have a PC, so I want the new PlayStation.
They don't need to know that.
They don't need to know.
You just pick what you want.
I don't want the government's idea of what a gaming PC should be. It'd be like, here you go, it's $486. It's got
I'm sure it'd be the same price point wise.
Voodoo graphics
towards it.
No, I want a PlayStation 5.
All right, so that's the things that you'll see this stuff trending when it comes out with the news.
That's this week, and we'll be talking about it, of course. Of course.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on RadioU.
I mean, seriously, guys, the mask thing, is getting heated. And in what is probably my favorite, easily my favorite. It's my favorite thing that's happened.
Buckle in.
We're at a Verizon store in Roseville, California.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Now, let's just hit pause on that right there. How many people have gone to the Verizon store not to get a new phone, but you've gone there because you're an existing customer and you need help?
That's the only place I've seen lines outside of. I'm
sorry, what?
That's how it normally is. It can be this explosive, just, pre-virus stuff. But I do a lot of times when I drive past, I see lines of people who are waiting outside in the summer heat. And then you can finally go in and get your stuff worked on. But it gets testy.
If you are not, if you are a potential customer, you walk in and you deal with these pretty people that are dressed nice and speak so well to you. If you are an existing customer, they send you around the back. There's one person who's not listening.
Who doesn't like you.
And they're the person that is trying to take care of you. There is such a divide. So we just need to understand that right away.
Sure, just so you can kind of understand in case you've never gone in.
Right.
It's different.
Let's be clear that it's not just Verizon. That could be said of any major carrier. It just happens to be
any major company.
The experience I've had at that particular location. So they're in Roseville, California at the Verizon store. Store employees had to ask someone hey, could you please put a mask on?
Yeah.
She refused. They said, hey, then we have to ask you to leave. Okay,
that's normal now.
That's company policy. You won't wear a mask inside. We have to ask you to leave. The woman became, I'm going to use the word distraught.
Irate.
She was there with two friends. And so they called the police, and that's when she peed on the floor.
There you go. That's it. That's what she did. She was so mad. She peed on the floor.
She was so mad she peed on the floor.
Do you think she was so mad and it made her do that? Or was how she was getting back at Verizon?
No. That's a choice. She made a choice.
That was her version of a punishment for the store.
Marked her territory. Okay.
How can you do that in public? I have no idea.
I don't consider myself to have a shy bladder, but when it was time to pee in the middle of the Verizon store, I might be like, I don't think I can. I'd have to be in there drinking gallons of water until I
before you go.
I'd have to prepare.
I don't know. Sometimes people, you don't know what all happened leading up to that, meaning that could have just been the straw that broke the back. The
straw that broke the woman's bladder?
That was it. That was the final straw for her, and that's how she got out that anger. And it's wrong because then, I think you have to rip up the carpet.
That's why it's so effective.
And they're not going to.
There's a lot of things, if that lady had, thrown some mud down. You just clean it up, no big deal. But once we get into human waste, that's when we've really done something.
And I don't think it's remember, wasn't it in school when someone threw up, they just threw that sawdust thing on it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's like that
either. You
don't
feel like it's enough?
I think you have to change the carpet.
Maybe just that part. That's why you go into stores and they have squares of carpet.
It is. They just change it out.
They just oh yeah, woman peed again. All right, just get them out.
Anybody work in retail and that's common? Do you have a pee policy?
Oh, there's a protocol.
There is. Is there a protocol where it's a 2024, you're someone peed on the floor again.
We got a code yellow in the iPhone section.
That's it. And I know that there's probably something for the other body as well, because we've seen stories. So
the Tim Hortons woman.
Well, that lady.
There was video. Yeah. We watched it.
I want the video of the Verizon lady.
I do too.
I want to see what that's all about.
I have multiple questions that will remain unanswered.
Well, I feel bad for the employees of the store because that's not their mess, but they got to clean that up.
It is now.
I feel bad for the lady that she felt so upset that's how
right, okay.
That's how she got her anger out, because I don't think that's healthy.
Yep.
And I feel bad for all of us who just had to go in. Everybody else waiting in line who were the next person in line. I feel the super worst for. Because you were just there being patient.
They just wanted, for some reason, the charging cable wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
It was still under warranty. You're just there.
You were the unfortunate person, so.
I just want you to know, at whatever point that it starts, once I see somebody potentially squatting or something,
Are you going to pee?
I'm just going to go ahead and leave.
No, but you waited in line the whole time. Don't give your spot up.
I know, but I'm going to end up having to fill out a police report.
You're a witness.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So we were just talking about a woman who micturated upon a Verizon store carpet after she became so angry about having to wear a mask.
That she peed on the floor. And that just led us to wondering, like, are they the squares of carpet to where you just remove it, and do they have to replace it? Do they have to clean it? What do they do?
Well, let's see. Annie texted in. She doesn't work for Verizon, but she says, where I work, a person vomited on the carpet in the lobby. It was never changed.
Never changed, never cleaned.
She didn't say it wasn't cleaned. That's why you go with darker colors and patterns.
Maybe.
With patterns, you don't notice as well.
That's why when you would go to like a casino and stuff, it's all like real crazy carpet. Nothing will show there.
Mike says that Walmart just tells us to clean it.
But there's no carpet at Walmart. They know better than that. They can't have carpet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tile.
It's just a floor.
Tile or whatever the heck they call that nightmare floor?
Plastic. I think it's just basically plastic flooring.
Yeah, the kind where it's like nothing's getting in.
It's industrial. It's a restaurant grade or something like that.
It totally is.
It's not like what you get at home.
No. So Nicole wanted to know, do you think they clear the store like they do at pools when a kid has an accident?
I mean, that's a good question, because to me it's body stuff. And I thought, I think you'd have to, but maybe not. Maybe you just move to the side.
I don't know. Let me ask you this. Every time somebody throws up on a plane, what do? They just throw a blanket on it?
No, they put the cleaner stuff on it, and then they let it sit for a minute, and then everybody walks over it.
Yeah, well, that's probably about the same. They're just like, another angry customer, just put the thing down.
Just get off the plane.
It's fine.
And then someone comes in and cleans it up.
Man, it makes me, you know what? There are times when I really miss retail, because working retail I thought was a lot of fun. I worked in a music store, and sometimes I worked over in their video department. So I just talked about movies and music all day. You mean like we do now?
Gosh, like you do now. That's so funny.
I know. Wow. I loved it. It was great. And, but every once in a while, you would have that person that came in and you were like, oh,
here it comes.
You're ruining this whole thing. It's like,
you're peeing on the floor.
I really like doing this, but you're killing it for me. Yeah. There it is.
Listen, I want to take this as a balanced approach. Like, if you're so mad you want to do that, we understand and we validate your anger.
Yes.
Like, we validate that you're feeling frustrated, and we understand all that, but you don't have to go doing that on the floor at the Verizon store. That doesn't help the situation.
Yeah. I mean,
doesn't help your cause.
I say they need art therapy, where you draw it out.
Now, why don't they just leave old Verizon phones so you can smash them like a smash center?
I love that.
And then so if you're mad, you're like, step in here, ma'am, sir, get it all out, come back and wait in line more.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on RadioU.
All right. I think we're ready. I think we're doing it, Nikki.
So we're finally going to try the limited flavors from Pringles, the Wendy's Baconator one. And are you getting comfortable?
My chair is not right. What?
Oh, my gosh.
What?
You're just very flustered there. He just needs to get comfortable.
You know what? Nikki is a professional. I get paid, but don't expect any kind of decorum.
You're not getting anything like that out of him. But we're also going to try the sweet corn as well. So these are the two new ones. I got these at Walgreens, but I'm not sure if they carry them.
What were you doing at a Walgreens?
I only went to Walgreens to get them.
Oh, okay.
Some listeners told me that they found them, and they gave me the locations and everything. So that's the only reason why.
So what do you want to start with? I'm the one who I got the Baconator ones over here.
I think the Baconator is going to be a bolder flavor. So should we start bold, or do you start with the...
I would say let's start with the lighter flavor, just in case the boldness would overwhelm it.
So these are the sweet corn ones.
Let me switch my water.
You want to clear your palate? So Obi likes corn pudding.
I do.
At restaurants.
Oh, it's so good.
And I feel like this has a very, very much a corn pudding, sweet corn. Like for a moment, you're really gonna feel like you're having corn pudding.
The first smell is straight Pringle, but then I got
a little bit of the sweetness.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
I really liked these.
Oh, that's delicious.
Aren't they really good? I'm glad you like them too. I really like these ones.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's super good. So I didn't think they would be as good as they were.
You even get, as it goes on, you really do get that flavor.
The sweet corn flavor. Oh, it's sweet. These could be an all the time flavor. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it good? I'm so glad you like those ones. I ate them early, and I was like, oh, man, I really hope Obi likes these.
I even get the butter and salt. You can taste it.
You do.
You taste it.
You do.
All
so
right.
That is the sweet corn Pringles. Those are delicious.
Oh, that's worth the price of admission.
It is.
Like, that is good.
So I will tell you, a lot of people said that the Wendy's Baconator Pringles, they're not as crazy about them as we thought people would be.
Boy, that smells like mayonnaise.
And they also say it does have a bit of an onion flavor. So now I will tell you that.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That just smells like mayo, dude.
They said it's like that. All right. So the Wendy's Baconator Pringles limited time flavor. What's that? Wow.
Do you guys know what liquid smoke tastes like?
It's heavy on that. I feel like it's ketchup that you get in the beginning, but it's not.
I feel like if...
It's like a grill taste.
All right. Have you ever had Bacos? Those little Bacos? Mm-hmm. It tastes kind of like that.
I don't feel like that tastes like a Baconator, but maybe. I'm
going to tell you something else, and this is going to sound really weird, but I feel like I'm smelling it. Like the taste has gone up behind my sinuses and it's made its way down into my nose. Oh. Not from the front, but from the back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what'll fix it? It's the sweet corn one.
I don't like those. That's not good.
I don't know. I guess maybe I don't get Baconators a lot because at first...
you can pass. I got to clear the palate.
You want that one? I feel like I thought it would taste just like a Wendy's cheeseburger, but no, it's the Baconator.
I do get a strong ketchup flavor there, too. You're right. There's definitely some ketchup.
Not just ketchup, but that mayo ketchup combination. So, on that one. But the sweet corn ones, again, we really enjoy those.
Took a little stack out of there. Because,
you can keep them over there.
This right here, let me tell you what, guys. That is a winner.
That sweet corn flavor is way better than I thought that was going to be.
That is a winner. Like, I could buy more of that.
So those are, it's right, your RIOT Food Fight, the 2 new limited edition flavors for Pringles.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you guys need me.
You can eat as many as you want. I'm going to turn my chair around. I won't see how many you eat. You just have a moment.
Worst of the Riot. RadioU.
My first job ever was at a farm market. Yeah. And so from July through like mid-August, it was all sweet corn.
Is that corn season?
Oh, it was a nightmare.
Why? Because it's always busy? Or
it was insane. People would show up early. I had people,
early to the season or like early to the day?
When I worked at a music store, people would try to give me extra money if they could have like an album the day before it released or something like that, because, we'd have it in the back, whatever. And this was before people were stealing them and, digitally posting them somewhere. And so people would do that with sweet corn. They'd be like, hey, can you just run over there and get
it early? Are people addicted to it? What's the thing? Well, based off of our Pringle thing, yeah.
Like,
it's
wouldn't
good.
Be open, and they'd want me to hand it out the gate in some way, and I'm just like, what?
Are you asking me to lie?
I'm like 12. Just quit. No.
Stop asking me.
I can't do that.
How much were they willing to give you, though?
Well, a baker's dozen. That's 13.
13.
You get 13 of them.
Oh.
That was $3.49. But they would be willing to hand me like $5.
Oh, extra for your delivery charge?
Because I could have that $1.51.
I know, you could have had all this money now.
Whatever I want with it.
You could have been rich.
I ran cash register for that place and on like a Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I would do 8. Sometimes they got busted for child labor practices. So there'd be days I'd work 10 hours. no break. And I didn't care. I was just like, whatever, I'll do it.
Wasn't that the farmer way, or
I guess
you just go out there and work?
But see, I would run that cash register like I was playing a video game, so I wanted to see how fast I could do it or whatever. What an idiot. Like,
They're
there
just
I
making
am.
you work harder,
there I
and you
am,
didn't even know it.
Working hourly for sub-minimum wage, slinging corn, and working like a workhorse. Insane.
And you didn't even notice it.
No, I'm just like, this is fun. Push the button.
Here, they want me to give them some sweet corn early.
Hey, boss man. Can we put the corn out the thing that won't it?
We're allowed to sell it ahead of time.
Oh, sorry. I'm just thinking about it. You know what? Sweet corn's great, even though sometimes it makes me lay on the ground and shake for a while when we talk about it.
That's just your childhood memories, and that's fine.
Yeah. But as we've covered, Nick, you have a lot of very excited, pleasurable childhood memories that I often ruminate on and just enjoy the joy again.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, RadioU.
I'll tell you, a lot of amusement parks out there scrambling to get open again and looking for happy news that they can report to get back in the news cycle for a little bit more than...
Sure.
And I have that happy news, but not right now. First, I want to talk about what I think is one of the most hilarious real headlines ever. You ready? People at Disney, I'm just going to read you this headline from Variety. It says, Disney World bans eating and drinking while walking.
Oh, you're not allowed to? Aww.
You can't eat and drink
while you're walking in the
walking.
park. Wonder why. I mean, I'm sure it's COVID reason why, but why?
Well, it is because what do they say? You have to wear your face mask except
if you're eating.
If you're eating and drinking.
But they don't want you walking around without your face mask on, so you need to sit down and only eat when you're sitting down. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Okay, I'll tell you. Even earlier in this show, I have said hey, I'm fine with mask wearing. I'll wear a mask. If you're telling me it helps, I know the science, there's controversy, and you can show me a Facebook post from a friend that showed me that they're no good, and whatever. I'll wear a mask. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'll have to say, the moment at which I feel like you have really crossed the line for me is listen, we can't have you eating and walking at the same time. It's just... not
too
safe.
much.
It's not safe to eat and walk.
They just don't want you taking the mask off and on, off and on, off and on. And normally, think about this, when you go to a theme park, you would not stop to sit down and eat because you never get on another ride. You got to go get in line for a few hours. That's right. Then to ride the ride, because it's such limited amount of people allowed in the theme parks, you could afford to sit down and eat. Not money-wise, because you still can't afford the pricing, but you can afford the time to go sit down.
That's right, and that's what they want you to do. They're saying
interesting.
That's what you have to do. If you're going to eat, you have to sit down.
Sit down and eat, and then you can go walk around with your mask back on.
It's fine. If that's you make the choice. If you go somewhere... You choose to go by their rules. I mean, that's part of the social contract that you make with Disney. You're going to pay them an obscene amount of money, and then they're going to be the boss of you. It's a bum deal. And if you think it is, you're right. What a poor choice we all continue to make. That being said, I think I'm just going to stay home this year.
Just a blanket statement.
As one meme I saw over the weekend says, this is the first year I'm not going to Hawaii due to COVID-19. In previous years, it was because I didn't have enough money.
I like that one. I loved that. Because it's so true, you know?
Right.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I would like to introduce you to a man from Mason, Ohio. His name is Jared. Jared loves roller coasters, but back in 2000, maybe it was 17, could have been 16, he had to give up roller coasters because he was weighing in at 430 pounds.
Oh, so he couldn't fit the rides anymore?
Couldn't fit on the rides anymore. And then last year, August 15th, 2019. Oh, remember 2019? Here's what I love. Everybody, just to be clear, you're like, 2020 is the worst. That's what you guys said in 2019. Everybody's like, this year just needs to end.
Everybody really means it now. We mean it this year.
So back then, August 15th, 2019, Jared saw Kings Island's announcement for the Orion.
That was the new roller coaster?
Just a new roller coaster. And when he saw it, he said, I'm getting on that ride.
So it started him on a weight loss journey?
It did. He has lost almost 200 pounds.
In a year?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
He's down to like 220 pounds or so.
So he can fit on the ride.
Oh, yeah, he can.
Oh, dude, congratulations to him.
There's a picture of him wearing his mask.
On the ride.
Getting on the ride.
Good for him.
And that amazes me. I'm looking at this photo of him. I can't believe in that photo that he weighs 200 pounds or 400 pounds.
He might be taller.
He
wait,
is.
in the first one, you mean? He doesn't show it as much?
No. Like, if you look at his before photo, he doesn't. He's, I guess, tall. Like you said, that must be it. But
he said that when he weighed 430 pounds, he would be escorted off roller coasters all the time because he couldn't fit the seats anymore. And he says, I'm at peace and relaxed when he's riding roller coasters. So that's his happy place. And he wanted to get back to doing that.
Well, you know what? Congratulations, Jared.
What a good story. That's a really nice one.
You knew that
was
reminds
his
me
motivation.
Reminds me of Dirk. Dirk, a guy who used to work with us, our old news guy, he would every summer go on what he called the Millennium Diet because he had to lose. I can't remember how much weight he had to lose, but he would have to weigh a certain amount for him to be small enough to fit in the Millennium Force at Cedar Point. So he would go and make sure he lost enough weight so that he could get on the ride every year.
So for him, he reduced his diet down to 2,000 calories, exercised daily. When he would binge watch TV shows, he would still run in place while he was watching. And it took him 10 months, and he lost 190 pounds.
Congratulations, sir.
Good for him.
And I hope that he had a great time on that roller coaster.
It seems like he did. Like, that was just what he was working hard towards.
I mean, I see him wearing that mask. He's total sheeple right now, but it's fine.
No one said that at all. Why are you saying that? Why can't you just end on a nice note?
No, it's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported RadioU.
So, you find yourself out in a boat, just trying to have a good time. Don't have to wear a mask in a boat. You can just be on a boat, having fun.
Well, you didn't know there were these other issues, though.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, a shark! They say that a shark, a great white shark, is it great white? I thought I read great white.
Okay,
they're revising that story. Okay, but let me just say it another way, though. They're saying that a shark jumped out of the water northwest of Tasmania on Friday and pulled a 10-year-old boy from the boat where he was fishing with his dad. Pulled him. You're in the boat. You're like, I'm safe. I'm in the boat. You're not safe in the boat.
I don't know what to feel with this. Like, I don't know.
I know what to feel. I know how I feel.
Was it a big shark? Was it like I want more details. I want a video of it.
Okay, Nikki, do you?
I just want to know, like, why.
When a shark is big enough to get you out of the boat, do you think you're going to be like, I'm not that scared. It's not a very big shark.
That's what I'm just not sure. You remember years ago when it went viral, that little girl who was sitting on the pier and a seal comes out of the water, snatches her and pulls her into the water?
Yes.
You remember that? Like, everybody thinks you'll be just fine. You're on something. They're in the water. They can't bring you in unless you want to. And it reminded me of something like that.
So he suffered head, chest, and arm wounds. His dad dived in, scared the shark away.
Now, Scott just texted, did the dad push him in? Like, is that something? But no, they said it was the shark that pulled him in.
The shark jumped out and got him.
What if they were lying? What if the dad was lying? Like, what if this was a thing?
No, there were other people on the boat.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't the dad that saw it. I mean, the dad saw it, but there's another eyewitness on the boat that saw it. He jumped in, and so did two other guys from the boat to scare the shark away, and they grabbed him. Here's Ben Allen, not the dad who was on the scene. He said, all of a sudden, the shark leapt clean out of the water, hit the side of the boat, snapped the rod clean off the rod holder. It also grabbed the boy in one swipe, pulling him into the water.
So
it was one boat. It was one jump. He eats the pole, grabs the boy, boom, is in the water.
It's like a sci-fi movie. I don't want that.
The boy was wearing a personal flotation device, so that actually helped him. And
I can't do that anymore then.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the boat.
No, I don't think we get on the ocean at all.
No, I think that's a good plan. We didn't want to go to the beach or in the water anyways.
No, that you just build a pool, fill it full of chemicals.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
If you really have to, you can have a saltwater pool, but then shark. You don't want
No. I want to full of all kinds of chemicals. I want you to go to the lab. I want you to whip something up and pour it in the water.
You want dangerous levels of chlorine that no creature can survive in. Barely you.
It would be poison to a shark. That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I'd make him comfortable.
Yeah.
For another article talking about this, they were just people were a bit annoyed at one of the local research people because I think he was quoted as well, that was something odd for the shark to do. They don't really do that. It was like, let's have a bit more.
How dare you malign this majestic creature?
Something must be up. They're not normally ones to go and take someone out of the boat. Yeah. Even though we've seen that in every shark
Here's
movie.
What I love. That's not the shark's fault. Okay.
You were on the water. It's their area.
Okay.
So thankfully, though, the 10-year-old is, I'm sure, very scared, but he survived.
How do you recover from that?
Don't know.
How?
I don't know.
They don't. I would need a team of psychiatrists and psychopharmacological and hypnosis, recessive, try to tear it out of his brain. We finally had to cut that part of his brain out. Because he can't live in a world where a shark can jump up and get him.
Maybe because he's 10, though, he'll
recover?
Yeah.
Kids are resilient.
They are. They when we were younger, we could handle things better. You moved on to the next thing, and you don't bring it up until you're older, and then you remember it.
Yeah, maybe he's fine now. But I'll tell you what.
He'll remember it one day.
When he's creeping up towards 40, he'll be out in the ocean one day, and then all of a sudden...
start crying.
It's all coming back. Let me tell you what, Nikki. When you repress something, you bury it. You don't destroy it. It comes back.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
Now, I'll tell you this right now. KFC should just quit now. Because the people of Pringles, they won the war.
Well, the Pringles sweet corn one, that's good.
It's so good.
That's good. But what did KFC do?
Well, I'll tell you what. They're working with the Russians. Trying to probably ruin the election, I'll bet.
Is this it? Is this how it gets in?
They are telling everybody, we're working with the Russians. Kentucky is in league with the Russians? That is the heartland, Nikki. That is the heartland. There it is. What are we doing?
What are they doing then?
I'll tell you right now, KFC's working with Moscow's 3D bioprinting solutions. They're printing people.
No, that's not what that is.
I'll tell you what they want to do. They want to come up with the world's first lab-sourced chicken nugget.
Oh, so it's not. It's made of.
It wouldn't be like chicken. It would be made of people.
No. See, that's not what the article said. I think you're taking liberty with it.
That's because I'm from America, Nikki. That's why I'm taking liberty. And that's why I'm concerned about what is going on here. I will take my liberties.
I knew the second I said liberty.
But that's what the Russians want to do. They want to take my liberties.
That's the wrong word to use.
Come on.
You
did that.
I know I did. So it's a lab-made chicken. So it's not made. It's chicken cells and plant material that recreate the taste and texture of natural chicken while keeping the animal involvement to a minimum. So that's what they say.
One of two things happens. We are on the verge of a glorious new age of man and animal living together, or we are about to invent new diseases that make COVID-19 seem like a joke.
No, I think then the animals will take over. We'll just be overrun with chickens and all this stuff.
So we're not killing them off anymore. Now they're everywhere.
I don't know. So KFC basically is working with this company. They're going to provide the scientific side of it, the chicken cells and stuff, while KFC provides the bread, the spices, and the other ingredients so it tastes like KFC. They hope to have the final nugget design ready for testing in Moscow by fall of this year.
Let me tell you what, Nikki.
What?
The good Lord and the Colonel.
And the Colonel wouldn't stand for this.
Already came together for the perfect chicken recipe. And I don't need no Russian involvement in my chicken to feed me some lab-grown fake whatever.
Sure. Well, they're saying
First they're messing with my elections, and now they're messing with my chicken. I will not have this any... It's broken.
It's broken. You can't play your
Got no music. I don't even see it. It played the birthday music instead.
And they're getting involved in your thing.
I'm telling you right now, even my music beds are verklempt at the very idea of Kentucky and Russia working together.
So a couple of the things are saying why this partnership might be something that you see more often in the future is that, you know, it's technically, would it be plant-based? Yes, I guess, even though it has chicken. I don't know how that falls in the...
Well, they say the idea would be like, okay...
No chickens were harmed in it.
One chicken died.
But then the rest are fine. Yeah, and it also provides, they're saying, a more stable supply of food that isn't tied to the ups and downs of chicken farms, which can... be more expensive, less expensive, enough to not enough if they have like a shortage and stuff. So they're saying that's why they're working towards that.
You could have yourself a Russian printed chicken nugget. You know what?
Would you even know?
I don't know. You know what? I would try it for sure. But I'll tell you, then after that, I'm out.
Maybe it'd be better.
Well,
because sometimes I go to KFC and the chicken places, and man, they're ups and downs for sure.
I will say, if you're eating at KFC already, you've made some compromises.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
Well, the truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
You better wear that mask. Because if you don't, you could get fined. I have here a list. Now, this is from Yahoo News. So, you might be like, well, in my place, that's fine. This is just according to them what you could get if you're not wearing a mask in certain places around the United States.
And a lot of places you guys have told us that they're not enforcing it. It's just the threat of it.
Right. So, for example, in Wichita, Kansas, there's a mask mandate. You could get a fine of up to $2,500. But... it is not a criminal charge. It is a civil charge. So I believe in the case of a civil fine, someone has to bring that up. As I understand it, a criminal charge is brought by the police or the state.
Sure.
A civil charge is brought by another citizen.
If not, I think this is also where it's like it's the business. The business is charging you if you don't leave because you have to wear a mask. So it's almost between you and the business that's doing it.
Right.
And then the police come out and enforce it, but they're the ones. The business is the one.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Mask mandate, yes. That is a misdemeanor, which is a crime there. $500 is the fine that you could face for that. So Arlington, Texas, $250 fine, but a first-time offender just gets a written or oral warning. Yeah, and I'm sure they're keeping track of all of those. Minneapolis, yes, you have to wear a mask if you're over the age of 2. Violations can be treated as a misdemeanor. Fines up to $1,000. Virginia Beach, yes, there's a mask mandate, no fine. So,
all right, well, that's why everybody's there. Everybody's there.
Miami, mask mandate, yes, you could be fined up to $500, and that's a Miami ordinance. So you're supposed to do that. Anything else? Atlanta, yeah, you could be up to $1,000. And the list kind of goes on.
About the same amount than most places.
Yeah.
They want to make it intimidating enough for you to hopefully not get to that point.
Yeah. So how about, I like Nashville. Nashville, mask mandate, yes. It's a Class C misdemeanor. You could get fined as much as $50.
Oh, that's more reasonable. There you go. If they even enforce it.
That's like the smoking.
Nashville's very relaxed. You don't understand.
That's like the smoking fine where they just like everybody comes into the bar and drops a couple of dollars in the jar. So if they get busted, they can pay the fine so people can smoke. That's what that feels like to me. Columbus, Ohio, Nikki, according to 10 TV, there was a July 6th resolution from the Columbus City Council. You could be fined up to $25.
$25.
Even more reasonable.
Even more.
except, I don't know, someone just got mad. Like, that's our reason! I don't know. On each side.
Everybody's mad everywhere, no matter what.
Everybody's mad all over, but
it's the new feeling.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
It's weird that I'm attracted to Colonel Sanders right now.